Yo. Let's see who's gonna show up. This is impromptu live, everybody. Impromptu. Let's see. It's Saturday night. People probably out, but it's what it is. What up, Big Easy? What up, man? What up, Willie? What's going on? What up? What up? Can I see who's gonna stop through? Say what's up. What up, Adam? Yo. What's going on? What up? Burner Girl, what's going on? Philly Slow, what's good? What's good? Wells, what's up? What up? What up? What up? Big we get this the year closed out. I was gonna go live tomorrow night, but some plans came up, so probably won't be able to. What up, James? What up, bro? So I said, let me go ahead and go live tonight. That's good. Trying to watch the Cowboys and the Detroit game, but damn Cowboys, man. What up, Charlie boy? What's the bullshit? What up, man? Yeah, I was fooling around trying to get logged into the FanDuel on my computer. And I realized it's sort of time. I was like, I had to install some sort of location plugin. It was a bunch of stuff, man. I realized what time it was. I'm like, damn. Yeah, trying to get them last. See if I can win me something. We'll see. Game ain't over yet. I don't know. Yeah, I was on that CP time tonight. Fam. What's good, fam? Kenny, what up, yo? Tour in LA. Yo, make sure you go cop that Tour in LA merch. It ain't good for me. Nah, it ain't good for me, man. But I'm having fun, so. Yep, I'm having fun. It's frustrating sometimes, but it is what it is. Game is like kind of low scoring. Yeah, nice, right? I like this. This is a nice hoodie. What's going on, Don P? You got a lot going on behind your name. What's going on in the pew world? I don't know, man. I saw some. There's some cat that I was watching today. He was really clickbaiting. What up, Mentos? Good to see you. He was really clickbaiting. OG $2. What up, $2? Good to see you. Yeah, he was really clickbaiting, man, about like the Illinois uh putting serial numbers on bullets and all that. And he did something else too. He was I think it was good guy something, I don't know, but it was crazy. What up, some guy with pews? What up, man? Yeah, it was crazy. Had me thinking there was some other stuff going on. I'm like, clickbaiting for no damn reason at all. But nah, man, I'm watching this. See, because I did see it. I saw something good today. I watched a little thing about the ammo, and I don't know if I'm concerned about it yet, but I'm trying not to be an alarmist about it. But I do see tensions sort of ramping up over in the Middle East. They're already kind of crazy, but I see things. We had another strike on Syria today, and Israel is calling for the United States to attack Iran. So there's a lot going on. A lot going on. Yep, a lot going on. And hopefully, and then the whole Ukraine Russia thing, they'll try to blame that for the ammo too. It'll be a problem. No, I haven't, fam. It must be something really nice. I don't even know who Jacob Gray is. Yeah, man. But trying to. I don't know. See, I'm looking forward to looking. Hey, what up, Urban? How you doing? I'm looking forward to 2024, but I don't know what it holds. I'm starting to feel the energy and the shift in the year. Tech Money, what up, yo? All metal 2011 for 25. Really? I have to look that up. That's not a bad price. 25 ain't a bad price at all. It's all metal, huh? You calling it a staccato killer? Ooh, big words, fam. You a man with a lot of 2011, so yeah, man. But just wondering what's going to go on next year. Trying not to, because people start panic buying. I am looking at what up, Carl? Right? What's going on, brother? I'm looking at about doing some more reloading next year, though. I am looking at that. I got my eye on some things. Trying to see if it's worth it. See if it's gonna be worth it. If I can get a big bulk of primers. Like I have some small pistol primers already, and with small pistol primers, I can make I can do 9mm, and I can do 223-556. I got a ton of 223-556 brass and powder for it, and a bunch of bullets too. The 9 is a little different, so I'm gonna see. I have my eye on the press too. Something a little progressive. I don't know. We'll see. Because the prices, hopefully, they're not gonna go up like before. But I'm not paying $25 a box for ammo. Nope. It's progressive, Philly. It's progressive. It's a Dylan. I already got a single stage. I got like a Lee. Because if I want to start, I could start tomorrow if I wanted to. I can start now. But I'm trying to see if how I want to do it. Because it's just, it's got to do each stage with the progressive is good. What up, Joseph? So I think I'm looking into it. Ooh, Tom, what up, bro? Good to see you. Yeah, I got my SD ammunition. I left it downstairs. I should have bought the box upstairs. I got me some. I'm gonna take it out and shoot it before Tuesday before I get back to work. I didn't shoot any today. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, man. New Year almost here. Almost here. 2024. It's funny because I remember being a kid thinking about different stuff like TVs in your pocket and all the type of stuff you wanted to have. And it's 2024. I don't even know if I ever thought about 2024. Yeah, I know I can buy powder. And I have some. I got some Varget and some reload or something and some other stuff. I got something here in the safe. I got some. I have some things already. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, Don. That's true. Well, I didn't. Well, Pews. I didn't find reloading rifle to be hard. I didn't find it hard at all. It was I bought the single stage press because the conversations I was having with different reloaders were to sort of give myself a discipline because you have to do every step. And I had a little powder measure. Like I got a RBC electronic powder measure, brand new, still in the box. I never took it out and used it because I was using the little Hornady stuff with the little powder measure, and I was using my scale to make sure I had everything, and I was doing it like that when I was loading 308. That's how I started. I started loading 308. So I got a whole setup. More steps. Okay, well, that's good to know that there are less steps to load handgun ammo. It's good to know. I still want I saw a deal for a good price. What up, Gravy? So I'm looking at that, and I saw a Lee too for a decent price. I'm like, I don't need nothing big. I just need something where I can sit down, put some music on, throw something on, throw a podcast on, and just start cranking stuff out. Find me a good recipe. Something that I like, something not too soft. Not too probably some sort of competition load or something. It's a movie preview that was leaked just to heighten the fear of the election. It's titled Civil War. You know something? I heard somebody talking about that. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Heard somebody talking about it. I mean, man, they've been talking for the last however long. What? I don't know how many years now. Before Biden got elected, they were talking about that. What up, Mr. Henry? Yeah, they've been talking about. Man, they've been talking about that. I mean, you never know what can happen. So I can't never say never. I know there's plenty of people in plenty of countries who said, nah, that can never happen here and stuff happened. They probably said that in Rome. And look what happened to the Roman Empire. So who knows, man? No empire lasts forever. Now, if you're a religious man, there's only one kingdom that lasts forever, and that's it. Every other one can fall. So, or should I say religious man or woman? You said pull it up and play it? Hold on, let me see. Let me try to find it. Is it on YouTube? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Give me 1 second. Let me see how I can do this. Let me see if I can do it without messing everything up. Gotta do a screen share. Share the screen. Civil War. Share that. You see that? Hopefully it won't mess up the audio. Let's see. Gotta go back to the other screen.
States have seceded. The United States Army ramps up activity. The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The future president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! Get in the car!
Move, move, move!
We're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.
That's an interesting concept right there. Yeah, that's interesting. Man. That's interesting. So they got us killing each other, huh? And that's gonna turn out to be some sort of anti-gun propaganda movie, man. Watch. Exactly what it'll turn out to be. That looks crazy. I ain't even wait and see when it's coming out. I mean, I'll go check it out. What's up, gun lover? Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know. It is interesting, though. It's interesting. Because they do have, that's the thing. When you think about that, yeah, they got tanks and planes and all that. But there's some guys who will take their plane and shoot down the plane next to them. That'll be kind of hairy. About a 3-term president, huh? Huh. I know what they trying to say. On the heels of Lead the World, but I ain't seen Lead the World Behind yet. I gotta check that out. I mean, man, listen, I've been a big part of my life. I was in the church. A big part of my life. We were raised. I mean, grandfathers, preachers, and great grandfather. You know, all type of. It's been part of my soul. I've always heard these things, and I've always lived under these things of you always hearing about the end times, and this is the end of the the end of things happening. So certain stuff when I think about it, I really don't. I kind of pay attention to it, but I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and that's the thing because there are some ex-military guys who got stuff going on, and you never know what can happen. I'm gonna tell you something. With all the military might and power that we have, right? We went over into Vietnam, and we got our ass kicked. We went over into Afghanistan, and we was getting fucked up over there too. Now our boys were over there fighting hard. They probably were in places that they shouldn't have been in. They were over there fighting hard, but shit happens. You start doing that house to house stuff and doing all that, you never know what can happen. Yeah, some stuff will happen, but you never know. You never know. Welcome to the party. You never know what can happen, yo. But I'm not. I won't live my life in fear, and I'm not worried about it. That I won't do. Like I said, I in a tradition that I grew up in, there's always this end times, the end of the world. This is going to happen. That's going to happen, and those things are sometimes tied to your eternal damnation or salvation. I don't let that bother me, so I won't let this bother me either. Oh, the Obamas produced that movie? Okay. Yeah, but this is the type of stuff. This isn't the first time. This stuff been going on, man. It been going on. What up, Danny? Maybe the reality of Trump and the GOP get back on. And you want to know something? I don't fall for that either. Because I just don't. I don't fall for that. I don't. Those things, I don't worry about it. Because I always look, if he becomes the president again, he just becomes the president again. It was just like before when he won. It's like it's no big deal to me. January 1st, 2005, scariest day of my life in the military. What happened, Cartwright? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, but I mean, man, it's some stuff just sort of is out of my control. I can watch it, I can pay attention to it, but I'm one man with a bunch of other people. What else? I mean, that's kind of what we gonna do. I know I got a buddy who's from we were good buddies and we sort of had a little bit of falling out, and he's from Bosnia, and he came over here in Dayton is where like they got this place called I forget, it's a hotel here where they came and they had like peace talks and all type of stuff. So when that influx came into the country, he left Bosnia to come here because he didn't want to fight his countrymen. So usually when the media puts something out there, it's always about the Muslims doing something to the Christians or something like that. But in that case over there, it was actually the Christians killing the Muslims. And he was a Muslim. So he left the country with his family, ended up going to Germany, and then finally ended up coming over here because he didn't want to kill his own countrymen. And he was in the Bosnian military and everything. He's in the military. He's like a championship shooter. He was on the Bosnian championship rifle team. And he didn't want to do that. So, I mean, I kind of, that stuff will be crazy because you're going to get a lot of people, military or not, who's like, I'm not going to be killing my countrymen. So it'll be, I mean, if something like that would happen, it'd be kind of wild. It'd be kind of wild. But yeah, but I ain't worried about Trump. I ain't worried about Biden. I ain't worried about none of these clowns, man. Fragrance Journey, what up? Yeah, I mean, what can we do? Take care of your family and work hard. Use firefight. Woo. Wow. Carl, what you mean by it made you change your way of thinking back home? What you mean? And condolences too, man. I know that can't be easy, losing your brothers in arms right there with you. I know that can't be. Condolences to those young men, and I'm not sure women, to their families, that lost their lives over there fighting. And I like the way that I think that they're fighting for the people that are around them, not for the government. See, why don't you think the elites are moving to that newly available land in Hawaii and constructing multi-million-dollar bunkers? Why Hawaii? They running from the woods. I mean, I guess so. I don't got several $1 million I can go blow and go take my family and put them on an island. I don't got none of that. Father-in-law got me into deer hunting. Appreciate all the content that helped me in my first. Yeah, that, friends. What up, Rush Hour? Good to see you, bro. I'm my own protector against different. Yeah, man. Carver, I believe in that anyway. I don't expect anybody to come and save me. I don't expect that. I'm not in their eyes, I'm not significant enough. I'm just a number. Me, my family, my friends, my loved ones. We're just a number. I don't expect them to protect me. I'm good, Danny. Yeah, I wasn't planning on going live tonight. I was gonna go live tomorrow night, but I still may be live, but probably won't be on my own live. I think Gina versus Gina, she's going live for the new year. So, but I had some plans. Some cool people asked about doing some things, and I was like, it's gonna be some good food, so I might go. Religion is a hell of a drug, Don. That's for sure, man. Religion is a hell of a drug. That's one way to control the masses, man. They ain't a man-made drug ever created that can control people better than the Bible. That's a true fact. Yeah, I don't know, man. That whole my own protector thing. I always, for some reason, I always understood that. And then the older I get, the more you hear about stuff. They don't care about us, man. It's up to me to take care of the people that I love and take care of myself. It just is. And I wonder about that. Like a lot of you guys out there who served. What do you think about? What do you think about stuff? Because you guys got real skin in the game. You've been somewhere fighting with your brothers. You've been over somewhere, wherever it is. I don't care where it is. And you got people who you were with, who you were down with in the trenches, out there behind, in the line of fire. I just wonder what you guys think about this crazy stuff that's going on. Some guy with Pew's homesteading to be great, man. And then trying to find somewhere to do that. Yep, the Book of Eli was exactly about that. That's why he wanted that book. He wanted that book because he knew if he can get his hands on that Bible, he'd be able to control some minds. He was trying to do like these preachers do today. Salute, David. Yeah, he was trying to do like these preachers do today. Yeah, man, but it's just the same. It's the same old thing. It's the same old stuff that goes on. Regular men who trying to live their life, and there's some government somewhere that's doing something stupid. It would be nice if we could have a healthy respect for our government, but I don't, because they just do regular people dirty. You can see that, because anytime you can take $6, $10, $12 billion and just send it somewhere to somebody to fight, but I know I could walk a mile from here and find people on the side of the highway who ain't got nowhere to go, can't eat, things like that. So you can't tell me that there isn't money to help that. You can't tell me that there isn't money to train that person so they can go do something and earn a living. Now, everybody ain't going to do it, of course. Some people just like, nah, they just want a free handout. But there's going to be some people who like, listen, I got some sort of ethics and work ethic in me, and if I had an opportunity, I will go out there and do something. I will make something for myself. So yeah, you can't tell me that. I knew all of that they can't pay for stuff was bullshit when they created, what was it? Like, it was like $5 trillion or something. They did that shit over. They like hit a switch and made $5 trillion. What up, Patrick? When the stock market was going crazy, they literally just made it out of thin air and pumped that money into that system. That's how I know they full of shit. I'm gonna live my life the way I want, especially after they completely fuck. Yeah. That's kind of the way that I say. It's kind of all you could do. Be happy, protect your family, enjoy what you can. What up, Biggs? That's kind of how I see stuff. And not knowing, because we are right now technically we are in the middle of two wars right now. We've been fighting for how many years now? We were in Afghanistan for what, 20 years? And now we are fighting over in the Middle East. I don't care what anybody says. We're over there at war with Israel because we're over there bombing Syria. And we sending money over to Ukraine and arms and everything else. So we fighting too. Just wanted to see if the shit get froggy. Yeah. Well, here we are in war again. But usually that's how empires are. They always got their hands in something, somewhere doing something. And America is an empire. Can't nobody say they're not. They are. So we got navies and ships all over the place and Navy bases and all type of military bases and stuff. What's going on, Real Deal? What up, brother? Man, I got some questions for you. I thought you was out of the country already. That's good. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. It's too late to call you tonight. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I got some questions for you. Some reloading stuff. I thought you were going already. I was just talking about you today. Yeah, he was the book. He was the word. He had memorized the whole thing. Yeah, but what we gonna do, man? We are in a position of a government that does what it wants to do, and okay, you leaving? Oh man, you that's a long time for you. I thought you was going like getting ready to go. Yeah, a long time. I'll definitely call you tomorrow for sure. And I didn't forget about the peanut butter and spaghetti either. I told you I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, man. Of course, Charles. They make big money, man. War is big money. It ain't big money for us, but it's big money for a certain amount of people. Big Lock, what up, man? Yep, it ain't big money for us, but it's big money for some people. There's some guy somewhere who been getting paid like crazy when they start doing all that crazy shit over there in the Ukraine. Yeah, war means money. But we are the citizenry who have to sit back and watch the bullshit, even though the money they spend is ours. Yep, the money they spend is ours. That's why they scared if Trump or Vivek gets in. You want to know something? If Trump or Vivek gets in, the way that I always look at it is I don't care. So there's two things that I look at. I understand that both parties are full of shit, but here's what happens. Because we live in America, the next day I'm gonna wake up. You know what? I'm still just gonna be a black man in America. Ain't shit gonna change. It's gonna still be the same. So that's why I pay attention to it, but I don't let it bother me. They talked all that shit about being scared of Trump, vote blue, no matter all this. That was bullshit. Mystery Babylon is being unveiled to the whole world. You got money for wars, but can't house the poor. That's true. That is true. Dirty bastards. That's right. They are. Dirty bastards. During World War II, Hitler ran out of money and we gave him a loan so he could... Man, the United States government hands are not clean, man, at all. To be presidents don't matter. The Senate and Congress want to... Yeah, Cartwright, that's true. And them guys are full of shit. Ain't none, man, ain't none of them worth a damn. 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 Ain't What up, old school? See, black folks need to get on code and fight, get I mean, I don't disagree. I'm for reparations. I don't disagree. Yep, I don't disagree with that. But it's how is that gonna look? Because let's talk about that a little bit. Let's move into that a little bit. Because what will end up happening is because there are different factions of black people in America. So, like, I know that there's the push in America for what I'm going to say American black, so I'm going to call Foundation of Black Americans or ADOS, whatever you want to call them, descendants of slaves, getting some sort of reparations because of what happened to our people. But then there are others who come here from other places who look like we do, who are expecting to get a piece too. When they got their own thing going on, they need to go over and fight and get whatever they got going on. So it turns into that, and you sit and you watch that because it ends up lumping a whole bunch of people together with different things where there are other people who have other things going on in other places that they can go fight for. It's sort of funny because you're not against your brothers or your sisters because I believe that they are, but there's a specific group of people that I believe reparations should affect. That's just my own opinion. So don't believe the hype, bro. There are a lot of programs all over the country to help people who want help. I know men who live underneath the bridge with no home to go to now living well. I mean, Danny, I don't disagree with that. I know that there's ways that you can get help and do things. I understand that. He said nothing will change. What they'll do is point fingers at each other and then to both parties. Yeah, that's what happens. And then they'd be in the back room, Patrick, having a drink and some scotch. Having some scotch and a cigar. That's what happens. Fam, I'll take it. It would be bad. We're in the midst of Hatfields and McCoys. Yo, that's been going on, though. It's nothing new. That's been going on. We got cousins fighting each other. It's stupid. Yeah, I take 40 acres and a mule too. Matter of fact, at this point, Charles, I'll take 40 acres and a tractor because I don't want no fucking mule. Give me a tractor. I'll take 40 acres and a tractor. Reparations ought to be paid. How can it be paid when the land wasn't there to begin with? Yo, Pews, I understand that. But at this point, some kind of way, that's what I'm telling you. It's not that they can't give the money. They can push a button and create the money. They did it. As a race, will not use the money to better our economic status. It'll be spent for instant gratification. It can't give you Cartwright, that's something else that has to be worked on and talked about amongst us. It has to. I mean, it's true. Everybody's not going to do it, but you are going to get some people who are going to do the right thing. You need to have some sort of spark. I mean, I know everybody's not going to do it, but you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, man. If a guy decides that he don't want to invest, however, what it is he wants to do, or do something to make more of it, and he just want to go buy a bunch of bullshit, that's on him. But everybody ain't going to do that. I wouldn't do that. I'll be trying to set my family up for 100 years after I'm gone from here. You see Big Easy? Yeah, it depends. I mean, you give me 40 acres in the South, in the West, and give me 40 acres. And a tractor. I don't want no mule. Yeah, I know you know. I know you and McCoy for real. Yeah, but it's not that. It's not that they can't. It's just that they won't. See, because there's a system that was created, and within that system, there was a time. They always say, "Oh, go create this, go create that, go make your own, go do that." There was a time in this country when black folks did that. They went and made their own. You know what happened? There was this underlying thing of, how come these niggas got this shit and I don't got it? How come he got a piano? How come he got this and that and I don't have that? And you know what they did? They took that and they said, well, you better than them just because you white. And they black and they shouldn't have that shit. Then you get the all type of Rosewood type of shit going on and the Tulsa Massacre and other shit we probably never even heard of. This is why state cards are built in 1885 census. Take care. Yeah. I get that. I mean, that's why. I mean, there's ways to do it. They don't want to. because I can only speak on for our folk, and I think I'm to say this. We were brought here to be property. We were never brought here to be people, to be men. That's not why we were brought here. So that underlying thing is always there. That's why you always looked at as a second-class citizen, no matter what you do, no matter where you go. You get these guys who become big and they get all this money and stuff. Oh, they get their wake-up call. They do. Bill Cosby got one. They did to him what they wanted to. Because if he wasn't a black guy, he'd get away with his bullshit. Our system is set up for the haves and they have not. Yeah. How can America pay anything? My thing is, America can pay. Because I know America creates money out of thin air. Boom. I watch them do it. I work in the financial sector. That's what I do. That's my business. I'm a banker. That's what I am. I watch them do it. I watch them make money. And you want to know something? You say, oh, it's just fake money. You can spend that fake money. As long as I can take that fake money and walk into a store and spend it and get something for it, it ain't fake. Because I can make it into something. I can take it and that fake money you give me and make more fake money out of it. And it'll give me a certain status because of where we are. It'll move me into a certain thing where I can move into certain places and move out of certain places. They're going to Clinton. You're right. And he get away with it. That's true. Lineage-based reparations for those who can find their ancestors. I agree, old school. I agree totally. Because I'm speaking of a specific group of people to get reparations. Because we're all part of the diaspora, as they say. But there's a specific group of people who did a specific thing in this country that made this country the industrial power that it is today. What up, Parasite? Salute, brother. We watch them do it every day, and they do it until soon. Yeah, exactly. They promise the future of our kids, and because it's not that they can't do it; they just won't do it. They don't want to do it. America runs on the caste system. We've been put at the bottom. That's a fact, Mark. And people never think about that. They never think about that. Even though we built this country. So that's one of the reasons why I've never been one of those guys about I'm running back to Africa or I'm going, I don't know nothing about Africa. It's like I don't call myself an African American and people think it's crazy. No. I'm an American who happens to be black or Black American, FBA, whatever you want to call it. That's what I am. I'm from Queens, from Hollis, to be specific. And I don't know shit about Africa. I know about here. That's what I know about. And I ain't letting nobody run me off. Nah, this is my spot. Hatfields are one hue and the McCoys are another. One family is ultimately blessed, the other ultimately cursed. You have to be able to gauge the difference. I mean, now you're moving into some other stuff that, I mean, I don't move into it wholeheartedly. I just don't. I don't. I know where you're coming from and I understand what you're saying. Yeah, Jakes, I don't know what's going on with Bishop Jakes. I don't know. But I know the answer that he gave was some bullshit. He did that whole preacher-splaining that they do. You know, oh, even if I did do something wrong, I'm covered by the blood. So, you know, that whole my way out. Then I watched him that shit that he told his congregation about how he was too busy worrying about protecting them and all this other stuff. Yeah, he on some shit. When something I learned when I did interrogation training, when a person is really telling the truth, they usually get outraged, and you can see the outrage. He had absolutely no outrage. Us as men in here, if somebody going around talking about somebody taking my booty, there ain't no way I'm gonna stand up and just be like, oh, this is all over my head, and you know I have to live a higher. Nah. I'm gonna be like, yo, if you got the receipts, bring the receipts. I want all the smoke. If I knew I was innocent, I want all the smoke. But it's because their hands don't be clean, their hands be dirty. They be talking all this holier than thou shit, and they be fucked up. Somebody come out and call me I'm a power bottom. You know what that means? I mean, he could take it. I'm not just gonna stand by and be like, oh no, I'm in this pulpit, it's 2 seconds. Forget that. It's sacred. The truth resides here. So if you got the receipts, bring them. I want all the smoke. If I didn't do nothing, I can come out boldly in my honesty and in my righteousness. But no, it's because his hands are dirty. That's why. If his hands were clean, he would respond different. As long as I can take the fake money and convert it into gold, we good. Facts, Don. You see, I saw something else I wanted to see here. So I'm from the islands. I just want to live my life after all that shit. Yeah, I understand. Mark H, I understand you, me and ADOS. I mean, I consider myself to be FBA. Same thing. It's about a lineage. That's what it's about. Exactly. If there was nothing to say, he would have said it already. He has not once said no. It's not once has he come out. That's what I'm saying. You don't, as men, we know that. Somebody called him out talking about we some booty chasers, and I ain't talking about women or somebody getting in our booty. Oh, we coming out against that. Unless his hands aren't clean, and that's the problem. What up, Calvin? Action does speak louder. Parasite. America became a rich country because of the cotton. That's right. There's a book on it. I think it's called King Cotton. Americans can't give FBI reparations. They find money to take care of. Yeah, because it's they don't want to give us money because what they'll say is, oh, don't you guys get welfare? And they be talking. I done heard people say all types of bullshit, man. The funny thing is, when the slave masters had to give up their slaves, they gave them reparations. Everybody else can come over here and get some shit except us. Everybody. Chicken lollipops. Yeah, that's what I would have did, Charlie boy. I'd have been like, bring it. If you got these receipts and you got, bring it on. Where the receipts at? But I want all the smoke. Ain't nobody gonna be running around here talking about I'm fruity in the booty. And that's not my thing. If that's your thing and that's what you want to do, fine. I'm a live and let live type of guy. That's your life. You do what you do. But if that's not how I get down, and I understand that there's still, in this society, there's a stigma behind it, especially me being a preacher, a quote-unquote man of God, ain't no way you're just going to be talking shit about me. Forget that. I might end up cussing in the pulpit. Tell you what, though, you better spill whatever the beans are. Somebody's supposed to... Listen, man, I don't know what he know. Nah, old school, I ain't gonna make it this year, man. I'm not gonna be able to make it this year. Unless something happens between now and then, that's not the plan. I want to, but it's just stuff going on. Psalms 83, and you'll understand the game. We are the one whom the nations are confederate against us. I mean, I've been asking that question to different people, because I hear that type of stuff said, because I hear who true Israel is, who's supposed to be, but I've never actually sat down with anyone that's actually sort of broke it down for me as to how that is. I've heard that before. Slow singing the flower bringer, you know it. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, but it's reparations will happen simply because the country is set up for the base of society being developed. Adam, that's actually a good observation. Yeah, you got to have the haves and the have-nots. Because in the United States, we have an aristocracy. We just do. We have an aristocracy. That's our senators and our congressmen, the president, different people. We have an aristocracy, even though we don't live in a quote-unquote kingdom. He got sugar in his gas tank. I don't know. That's what they say. He the power bottom. Maybe I do something. What up, Mirror? Yeah, I thought that was because he's somebody that I have a certain level of respect for. And when I heard that was going on, I'm like, I don't want it to be true because I have a certain level of respect for the guy. And when I watched his response just fucked me up. It messed me up. I was going off. My wife was like, well, everybody's not going to respond like you. I'm like, no, this is about just from being a man. the response was weak. If you know that there is nothing there, you be like, yo, nah, bring it. You got to bring the receipts. You got to bring the receipts. Because ain't nobody going to be running around saying that I'm doing that and I'm like that. And it's not that they're just saying he's just, he got these proclivities towards, the same sex or whatever. They saying that the dude is like he the run through, like he the bust down. Like they just get him at the party and everybody just get busy on him. Nah, that's nah, man. You defend yourself when shit like that happens. You don't just sit back and just, I'm just, if they go low, I go high. That's bullshit. If you don't like you're not going to sugarcoat it. You're right, real deal. That's true. If you don't like it, you gonna say I don't. People wake up and crawl out of the bullshit when they realize politics and government is a giant potion. Yeah, I mean, it takes a long time, man. And I think a lot of that has to do with because here in this country, we don't have the same type of shit going on like they do in other places. We just don't. It's different. We don't live under I guess a constant state of war or stuff going on. It's just different. TD takes. Yeah, I done heard some crazy names, Charles Henry. I don't see a response, however. I would have to check folk real quick. Yeah, that was. I mean, his response was like. I mean, if you look it up, his response was just like it was almost sort of docile, like I'm not gonna respond to this. Really, I'm responding to it, but I'm not really responding to it. And because I'm in this sacred place, I can't say anything. But the thing he did was he started doing a thing that preachers do, and I know because I've seen this a million times. He started. His statements that he made were like, even if I did do something, it doesn't really matter because I'm covered by the blood. So that means that I'm innocent. No, it doesn't matter. I'm cool. And then he started shifting to the people like, hey, I wasn't worried about me. I was out worrying about things with you because of terrorist attacks and making sure security was right and everything. He was doing the same old preacher game. I've seen cats do this before. He was trying to stay in his position in their minds of who they think he is, because they take him and they elevate him because they think that basically, like he's God's representation on earth, and he's just a regular dude. That's what people need to wake up and realize. Who be following? What up, Huncho? Who be following different preachers and stuff? They're a regular dude just like you. That same thing you going after, that same Jesus that's supposed to give you grace and his blood is supposed to wash your sins away. That nigga needed that too, because he was doing some bullshit before he became a preacher too. But people don't think like that. See, there was a time when I didn't think like that. And I was caught up in the whole bullshit. But I had to work my way through it and work my way out of it. It's kind of crazy, man. The family in Georgia about to lose half their land to a train company running a train through there. Yeah, they still do that stuff, man. If you don't lead your congregation, you must lead by example. That's true. Yeah, it's because and I can only speak from the black church. I can't speak from any other church. In the black church, we have preacher worship. There's a lot of celebrity, preacher worship. We do. And they start looking at those guys like those guys are like they God's representation on earth. Nah, it's just another cat, just like you, who needed that same grace, that same cleansing from that blood, the same exact thing, who just read his Bible more than you do and study more than you. That's all. Then at some point, there's a thing inside you where you know that you can manipulate people a certain kind of way. I know, I've been there. Preacher kicking up. Yeah, that's suspect. How you gonna be the bishop and you at Puffy House and they got strippers and women twerking and stuff all around and you ain't even there with your wife? You there by yourself. Now, 9 times out of 10, he did have at least 1 or 2 people with him. Because when preachers roll, they roll with these cats and they call them armor bearers. That's what they call them. And they'll roll with 1 or 2, sometimes 1, but at least 1. But it'll be, it can be 2 or more. And they roll with their little entourages. And those are the guys that get you your water. And, if you need a towel, get you your books and your Bible and shit like that. That world is not new to me. That world is old to me. Geno Jennings. I know, Patrick. I watch Geno Jennings too. Geno Jennings is funny. He's one of those old school, holiness of hell preachers, man. That's all. Like, that world is not new to me at all. I've been in that's been part of my life since I was a baby. Yep, that power and position corrupts. It's hard to find, and there are some men. I can't say not all, but they're hard to find some men because you get near that power to mess you up. But there's some that actually do the right thing. So in the white church, a lot of people fall into church culture. You got to talk a certain way, you got to walk a certain way, you got to dress a certain way, and look righteous. I say, but real deal, that same thing exists in the black church, man. I can remember a time. What up, Mikhail? I can remember a time being a young guy going in church and not having on a suit and going in there, and the whole damn congregation turn around and look at you like, what's wrong with you because you ain't got on a suit? Because there was a certain form and a fashion, a certain way that you had to be inside the church. That's new. People just coming to church dressed anyway, doing whatever. That's like a newer phenomenon. I remember when that stuff started coming into the church, because there was a time where, you had to show up, you had to have on a tie, you had to have on a collared shirt, some slacks, some cheap ass leather bottom shoes, shit like that. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is the same, but it does power. That power, it corrupts you. Because I'm just a man too. I've been in those situations, man, where you get into those things where, because you're associated with a certain person, your word means a certain thing, and when you say a certain thing, people listen to what you say. They almost start. It's like you become like a demigod. That's what it is, and they view you a certain kind of way. And there's things that you can do, things that you can get, and if you are inherently, I guess, an evil person, and you really get corrupt, you start doing all types of stuff, having all types of women, having people giving you their life savings, all type of things. Because anything that's tied to your eternal damnation or salvation is going to affect you, especially if you're a quote unquote true believer and you really believe in what you really believe in that stuff. That affects you. And for myself, there's a certain cognitive dissonance that you have to get out of, and you have to break free, because things are going on now. Because I'm from that tradition, there's things that go on now that I have to think through in my head because of where I came from and because of the way I was raised in certain things. So he filed a lawsuit against people that talk about him. I mean, and that's the thing. If you filing a lawsuit, then okay. That's my thing. Do something. Fight. But his answer was not the answer of a man who is guilty. Who was innocent. His answer was the answer of a man who has some sort of guilt going on. Exactly what he's guilty of, I don't know. But his answer was, let me try to throw some sauce on this, so even if something does come up, I'm still covered because I'm God's man. That's that bullshit that they do. I've seen it a million times. When you're in a can, when you're a con, and you have to stay in character. These niggas talking out both sides of their neck. That's right. You're not under the law but grace. Exactly, dog. That's what they do, and that's what he did. Because when he originally did the airing the first time, there's parts of it that he cut out. Because I'm pretty sure his PR people was like, "Why did you say that? You shouldn't have said that." When a guy is innocent and his hands are clean, that's what you say. You say, yo, if you got something against me, bring it. Because I know I didn't do anything. I know I'm innocent. And you ain't got no evidence of nothing. I want the smoke. Because what happens is, when you come out on the other side, it makes your credibility even greater. But because they're not innocent, that's why it's a problem. Somewhere there's some guilt somewhere. There's some bullshit that you did. What up, Howard? And the one that you watch, Charlie Boy, it might not even be the full one, because what happened is they went in and they chopped it up. Because what's happening is, I've been finding there's been a lot of cats, like a lot of guys from the LGBT community have been making videos and stuff talking about this. See, because I never paid attention to him like that. But my whole thing was, I wanted to see what his response was. And his response pissed me off. I'm like, damn, you too? That's exactly what I said. I said, you too? And that's how I felt about it, man. It makes me get upset. Like I said, I come from that tradition. So when guys who I have a certain amount of respect for, I know nobody's perfect. And it's one thing to not be perfect. It's another thing to just be dirty. But you talking against other people. It's crazy. They say, I remember my aunt introduced me to her pastor after he preached. He walked up to me as if I wanted to praise him. He didn't say nothing. He just stood there. I looked at him. Yeah, man, they get into that, man. And like I said, I can only speak from the black tradition. Yeah, cats that's like that. Like you're supposed to because they are the man of God. Shit, whatever, man. I'm a man of God. The same God that made you made me. You ain't no more special than I am. Like I say, you just like reading that book more than I do. And learn how to manipulate people better. My old pastor always said, in life, whatever you do, live above reproach. And that's right. And you get guys that are like that. You get guys that live above reproach. You get dudes that are like that. Even if they'll do a little something here, maybe, but they're not out there just like overtly being a certain way. And then when they get caught, you got to deal with that bullshit. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know what's going on with Puffy either. But I don't put... I've been in situations, especially in the religious world, that you want to call it, where I don't put anything past anybody. People that you think wouldn't do stuff would do it, and then you find out because we're all men, and that's why if I want to get into my religious bag, that's the reason why we need Jesus. That's the reason why we need the redemption. That's what the cross was for. That's what the blood is for, because we're all men. You know, we were all born in sin and shaped in iniquity. That's just the way that it is. And I didn't make that up. Let me say the church went into the come as you are phase, then use the dress code almost. Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. You are supposed to be able to come as you are. You're supposed to. You're supposed to be able to. I don't have to come up and have any form or fashion of how it is that I'm supposed to be able to come present myself to my creator. I'm not supposed to. I should be able to come as I am because the church is supposed to be a hospital. It's supposed to be a hospital that you go to get yourself right with whoever you call your creator, no matter what church it is, whether you're going to be in a mosque, whether you're going to be at a temple, whether you're going to be in a church, whatever. If you're going to be a Buddhist and be it's supposed to be you go into whatever it is that's your creator to get yourself right so that you are quote unquote righteous. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a hospital. My mom and some older women went to see Jake's. They offered $10. He told them to keep. Wow. That's right. We all born in a fallen world. And I've seen that hustle too, man. I've been in services, and I remember one in particular where the guy just said the change is in the change. I mean, man, they took up an offering with so much change and it was ridiculous. And that's how he did it. The change was in the change. You know, after a while, you start getting quarters and nickels and dimes and pennies or whatever. That stuff add up. And that was his thing. The change was in the change. So he had everybody getting their change. Niggas running out to the car getting their change, all type of stuff. Then not to mention the people, I ain't got no change, but let me just throw this $20 in. It's a game, man. And nothing happens. Nothing changes. After law enforcement, I worked in the music biz, particularly the rap segment. Those women are... and now they wish that they say it's real, talent. Yo, man, that's crazy. That'll make some people go broke. Yeah, it'll make a lot of people go broke, man, just to please the pastor. See, I'm not changing. I'm not going to tear Jakes down. However, that's a pattern of him having these wicked. I mean, I'm not going to tear him down because whatever he did and whatever lifestyle he chooses, that's between him and what he calls God and that he serves. That's between them. It ain't got nothing to do with me. If he's somewhere being a grown man, running around, chasing booties, letting somebody bang him out, that's his business. That's between him and the God that he serves. But now if he's out there condemning people, telling them that they're wrong, and he's doing the same thing, it's just projection. And that's what ends up happening. That's what happened to the other cat who was a part of one of them big evangelical ministries. He was out there doing things with men, but he was preaching so hard against homosexuality, but he was out there doing it. So that's my thing. If that's what you're going to be, that's what you're going to be. If you're going to be about it, be about it. But don't be out there condemning people to hell and you doing the same damn thing. And the transformation is not done by man. Any message that doesn't exalt God and condemn man is right. That's right. If kids are involved, that's different. So then now we're talking about some sort of pedophilia. I'm talking about if it's a grown man who decide he like other grown men, and that's what he do. That's his business. That's between him and whatever God he serves. Now, if he's someone out there doing something to kids, that's between more than just him. Because he shouldn't be out there doing that. And he should pay for that. For sure, if that's what's going on. To the Christian gospel music scene, there's no difference. The labels are the same, people promoting different segments of the market, all in an effort to exact. Well, I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. And I don't. And the funny thing is, I don't see anything wrong with a Christian artist making money. I don't see anything wrong with a pastor making money. I don't see anything wrong with that. Look, think about this. Dress up for church mentality is relatively new. From the Roman Catholic Church established when Jesus died in 1700s, the only people who dressed up were the clergy and the black. Yeah. But see, what the black church did was take a key. They took a key from the Catholic Church. That's why you got all these bishops and the prelate and all this other stuff and over this jurisdiction and all this other bullshit that don't matter and don't mean nothing. It only means something in their circle. It doesn't mean a damn thing. It ain't gonna help nobody. It ain't gonna help nobody's quote unquote eternal salvation or damnation. It's not gonna help any of that. It's just some bullshit that some men put together because they wanted to have a higher whatever that they thought so they could lord over people. That's all that is. Because that stuff don't mean shit. That stuff don't mean nothing. Titles and perception of power. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It doesn't mean anything. And I ran into many guys call themselves bishops and call themselves apostles and prophets and all that other stuff. That stuff don't mean shit. And I can say that with confidence. I'm not worried about the sky opening and getting struck by lightning and dropping dead. That's bullshit. That's stuff that's created to control people so you can have a certain level of fear, which they're trying to call, you reverence the man of God. No. There's a certain fear there because you're worried about the person that he works for sending you to their eternal prison and burning for your whole damn life or the rest of your eternity. I guess life for your eternity. That's what that's all about. It's about control. It ain't about nothing else. And I can't condemn everybody because there are some men who get into it and they about it. There are some, they're about that life. They about being right. They about being righteous. They don't do everything perfect, but they out here trying to be what they're chasing after. There's a thing. They press for the mark. Let me just use that. They pressing after that mark. Because they want to be able to be, they want to be right. They just trying to get shit. So I can't condemn everybody. But the guys who were full of shit, oh yeah, I'm going to talk shit about them. Because there are people who will leave church and feel so bad and go home and take their life. They'll do it because they feel a certain way. Or they'll go home and do all types of dumb shit because they listen to this person who's telling them that, that they're full of crap. And all they're really doing 9 times out of 10 is just it's projection. They're talking about themselves. You'll ever think about this? Christian religion was given to our elders by their master. Now, there's different people, Huncho, that'll say that that's not exactly true. They'll say that there was a form and a fashion and a way of that came before. It wasn't always just given by their masters. But I don't know. But I understand where you're coming from. See, here's the thing. If you read the Bible and you try to take it in context and you try to read through it, there's things in there that can help you walk through this life and be a good person. just morals, just being a good person. There are. But what happened is when you get men who decide that I'm going to make myself higher than you, so basically you become my subject or my disciple or whatever the hell you want to call it, that's where the problem comes in. Christianity was not, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what Christianity been around a long time. That's what I say. Muslims and Jews, they cousins. Stuff been around, man. They fighting for nothing. It's ridiculous. And I won't fall back into that crazy shit anymore. It is what it is, man. I always got this thing. When I was in church, they always had this thing where they always say, you got to seek out the truth. You got to seek out the truth. You got to seek out the truth. So what happens is one day you go outside that box looking for truth. That box that you've been in that whole time with just those people living in that bubble. You go outside that bubble. You go outside that box. And you start finding stuff that's logical and truthful that goes against everything that those people were teaching you inside that box. What you going to do then? You've been telling me to go after truth. I'm supposed to just deny it and keep doing what you're telling me to do, and I found out that what you told me, part of it is bullshit and it ain't true? Nah, I got to keep going after truth. That's why I'm not in anybody's church anymore. Because I can't sit around and deal with the bullshit. And that's always my thing. And I can say this with confidence. If whatever I call my creator or my God is going to kill me and make me not be here anymore because I have the audacity to go after truth, to really search after what truth is, then I don't want to worship him. I don't want to have anything to do with him, because that means that I'm better than him, because I'm more thoughtful than he is. So why do I need to serve him? That's why I'm like, nah, man, people get caught up in that bullshit, yo. When I'm going from here, I'm going from here. I got my own theories about what I think is going to happen to me when I leave here, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Once you seek truth outside of the construct, it challenges them. Yes, it does. It's the truth, man. And they don't want to be challenged. One of the biggest things, and I've been there, this isn't in every black church, but it's a thing. It's like you can't use logic. If you try to use logic, they'll always tell you the natural-minded man doesn't understand the ways of God. That's bullshit. That's used to make you not think. And usually it's used so you can just follow after one dude who's telling you that, oh, this is the way you got to do it because this is how I do it and this is what I say and I'm God's man. Shit, whatever, nigga. Walk on. Been there, done that. We'll never do that again. I don't have to go through anybody to go to my creator or go to my God or whatever you want to call him. I don't have to go through anyone. It's not required. You can't trust a nigga with white Jesus ain't gonna do. Yo, and that's the thing too, man. That's another thing that we get into. Because what happens is when you get into those conversations, oh, it's not important. If it's not important, why don't you have a true, realistic picture of this person? Because anybody with any type of common sense knows if I got blonde hair and blue eyes and I'm living in the desert, ain't no way. I'm living in the desert with all this sun and heat, and I got blonde hair and blue eyes. And ain't got no tan, no nothing. That's bullshit. At which point they call you a heretic and blasphemous. Whatever. Then I'll be a heretic and I'll be blasphemous. Whatever. I know in that book that they all go back to, it gives a description of what Christ looked like. And it didn't say he had lily white skin with blue eyes and blonde hair. He had woolly hair like mine. His skin was like brass. So he was a brown brother. He wasn't lily white. See, Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark studied Africa and said they never had any religions. They were spiritual religions come from what? Okay. That's right. Skin of brass and hair like wool. That's right. Like us. Like I like from the movie X. Jesus was not a pale face. He was not. And that's just the truth. But they don't want to say that, because if you put that out there, you have people who don't look like the way they want them to look, thinking more of themselves. Because if I had grown up with that, knowing that, hey, I look like the deity that I'm worshiping, it would make me think even more about myself. If I knew, hey, because like I tell my son all the time, because he still go to church with his granny and stuff like that, but I let him know straight up, ain't no white Jesus. The picture of that person that they showed in all the pictures, that was somebody's son or whatever. Ain't no white Jesus. All right, Parasite, have a good night, bro. You can leave Jerusalem behind Egypt from a king. Right, exactly. With blonde hair and blue eyes. Right, Charlie boy. That's some bullshit. Timbuktu is one of the greatest learned centers of the ancient world. You don't think they knew instead? I mean, I would think that they did. See, because the way that I look at it is, I know that too, real deal. All religion is, to me, and this is my theory, is man trying to put some sort of value or some sort of face on a deity. That's why you'll look in each religion, there'll be a certain string that's all the same. There's always some sort of morality. There's always some sort of be kind to the poor. There's always, but it's man trying to put a face and put some sort of logic into something that's created them. That's the way that I look at it. That's how I see it. So I don't go after anybody because that's what you believe. That's what you believe. You've decided that you want to try to touch or reach the creator or have an understanding of them based off of this system here. And if that system is not hurting anybody, go ahead, whatever. If it's not hurting anybody, you out there trying to live in a righteous way and not try to hurt anybody, do your thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, without religion, you'll do whatever. I mean, the thing is, you end up knowing what right and wrong is. You could end up finding that, but in some things, you have to figure out what's right and wrong. If I'm a man who's starving and my children are starving, and I decide to go over here to the store and I ain't got no money, and the only way that I can feed them is to go steal them steaks and steal that bread, or steal them beans and steal them vegetables, was he wrong for doing that? Or was he doing whatever it is he needed to do to take care of his family so they wouldn't die? Was he wrong for doing that? I don't know. I'm not going to say he's wrong. I'm going to say he did what he needed to do in order to survive. That's how I look at it. Yeah, mine either, Huncho. He wasn't. He did what he had to do to survive. Did what he had to do to take care of his family. Because in this world, this is a tough place. Nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes you anything. Nah, I don't think he was wrong. Nah, people, I don't think he was wrong. I think he did what he had to do. I don't think he was wrong. It's funny. Morality is a funny thing. I can't look at that man and be like, oh, he was wrong because he had to do what he had to do to feed his family. I don't know his circumstance. I don't know his situation. I don't care. I just know at that time, him and his family were starving. And he needed to feed them. So he did. And I don't think that there's a God or whatever you call him sitting somewhere saying, oh, look what he did. He wasn't supposed to do. He stole that bread and that steak to go feed his family. Nah. I don't believe that. We had schools well before they invaded Egypt and the Greeks. Yeah. Shit, we started civilization, man. We started all that. They was over there in Europe crawling around in caves, didn't even know how to wash their ass, and the Moors showed up and told them how to clean themselves. That's history. I didn't make that shit up. So you should be a prepper so you don't have that situation. It's true too, real deal. Say, when we gonna do a build so that your viewers get that truth? Don't let the unlearned try to teach you shit. They so ultimate. I mean, people gotta wanna. Yeah, Gravy, I understand that thou shalt not steal. I understand that. But I'm gonna tell you something. I can look at that and say, hey, in my mind, I can look at that and say, hey, we live in the dispensation of grace. See, we get into these arguments about this stuff. Because I can say, when Christ died, what up, Crazy Mechanic? Christ said, it is finished, and it was all done. It said he died for the sins of the world. Not just at that moment, for all of them. From then, all the way up until now. So it says, thou shalt not steal. Yeah, it says that. But supposedly there was a greater thing that came along because the law, you didn't ever do away with it. It's still there. But Christ is supposed to be greater than the law. And his sacrifice is supposed to be greater than that. I mean, we can get on to all types of them crazy arguments. But I'm not going to say the brother is wrong because he went and fed his family. Nah, we're supposed to let him die. What kind of foolishness is that? And you could say, well, he could have tried to do this. He could have tried to do that. What if he did everything that he could and nothing was happening? He's supposed to just sit there and let him die? Hell no, man. Go in there and get that bread. Go get that meat. Go get them beans. Go get them vegetables. Do whatever you got to do to make sure. As long as you are not hurting anybody. That's why I draw the line. I'm sure that still in the Bible, but also be kind and love your neighbor is also the Bible. So if your neighbor's starving, he steals from you, you're supposed to show love and compassion. Yeah, you are. Those are some of the things that we're commanded to do. We're supposed to take care of the widow and the widow's children. Those are things we're supposed to do. Exactly. Some guy with pews. I would see, but that's the thing. What if he don't have anybody to do that? What if he doesn't? I've been in places and I've done that. You be in the store, somebody show up, they thought they had money on the card, they didn't or whatever. Ain't no big thing. Like, I got you. Go ahead and bring mine up along with theirs and let them take their stuff. We good. That's the stuff that you're supposed to do. Outside of any religion, just being a good human, just based off of humanity. Because some people say, what if they just scamming? I don't care if they're scamming. I still did the right thing in my book. I follow my code. So whatever if they're scamming, so what? And pews, and I understand that's what we're supposed to do. I think that's what we're supposed to just do as men. If you're a real man and you see somebody somewhere hurting, you see somebody somewhere that's need to eat or whatever, and they just can't. Because I've had people come up and ask me for money. We be somewhere, and I look at them and I see the situation. You read the situation. I'm like, okay, this person may be an alcoholic. This person may be a drug addict. It may be different stuff like that going on. So you know what I'm gonna do? You really hungry? Hey, you see this restaurant over there? Let's walk over here. I'll buy you something to eat. You can go with me. Tell them what you want. I'll pay for it right there. Done that on many occasions. That's what you do. And if they turn you down and be like, nah, I just want you to give me money, like, nah, then you're not really hungry. I'm not gonna support your habit. But I will take you over there and get you some burgers. We'll get you whatever it is over here. What you want some? What you want from over here? You want some of these tacos or whatever? Let's go over there and get them. Because I've run into people who are really hungry. They're like, yeah, man, thank you. $200 made in New York. Oh, wow. Nice pickup. Yeah, that's my thing. If you burn me, you burn me. So what? You speak so well. You do. After we cleaned you up and stuff. Nah, man. You do what you can do. I mean, and I understand it, and I don't just give them the money because I won't just feed your habit. That I won't do. Because you can read certain things and read what's going on. So if you come up to me and you say, hey, I need to eat. I had a person, this was late. This was back when Walmart used to stay open 24 hours. They don't stay open 24 hours here no more. And I'm sitting in the parking lot, and these people roll up on me. So I'm ready to go. And the young lady gets out the van and she's like, listen, we came from such and such in Indiana, and we don't have no money to get back home, and we need gas or whatever. I said, Joe, I won't give you no money because the situation looks sketchy. I said, but if you follow me over here to this gas station, I'll make sure that you get some gas inside your van so you can get on your way. You know what they did? They followed me over to the gas station, thanked me, and they bounced. Now, whatever else they had going on with them, I don't know, and I don't care. I'm glad I didn't have to pull my gun out and shoot at nobody. I'm glad nobody pulled their gun out and shot at me, or nobody tried to get at me. But I got them some gas, and they went on their way. And I don't know what was going on there. But I know they asked me for money, and when I offered them gas, they took it. So here's your gas, go on about your way. Those are the type of things that we need to be doing. Especially if you can. If you can't do it, then you just can't do it. But if you can, there's nothing wrong with that. That goes in your book, in your ledger, on what you did. Because I'm a firm believer in the universal laws. They're undefeated. You reap what you sow. You do. And you never know how you're gonna sow. How you're gonna reap. You usually don't know how you're gonna sow either. But you sow into what you think is good ground, and then hopefully you get a harvest. And you never know when it is. Stuff be happening. Man, that just happened out of nowhere. Wow. You never know what you sowed. All you do is plant the seed, and he brings the harvest. That's how that works. You know, I don't know. These things are life, man. It just is what it is. That's right. I hope you get what you need. No cash. Exactly. Especially if you gauge the situation, because certain situations you can gauge, you can see what's going on. Somebody just want to get high, or they want to do whatever. You can see it happen. Or they drunk. You can smell the alcohol coming off of them, man. They just want to get something to drink. That's right. You reap what you sow. The universal laws are undefeated, man. It is what it is. It works if you throw a seed in some dirt, put some water on it, and it works if you put things out in the universe, too. I bought a buggy of food for a lady with 2 kids. Her EBT card wouldn't scan, and she started to cry from embarrassment and the feeling. Yeah, man. That stuff happens. Be somewhere, and that type of stuff happens. And it make me feel good. It makes me feel good. That stuff has happened many times when people don't. I never say anything to anybody about it, because for me to sort of talk about it all the time, it sort of takes away from it. The law, the Torah, is not done away with for us, but it's not the Christian's book unless they want to cleave to the children of Israel for salvation. See, you talking about stuff that I've heard. I know what you're talking about, but I don't really subscribe to anything right now. I just don't. I don't follow anybody's system. It's my standards. I don't follow anybody's system because the systems that I followed have failed me. They fail me because all they are men who are just like me, who need the same salvation that I do. Exactly. You follow the truth. Thank you. Or what I think to be the truth. Because I could be all wrong. But I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to be a good person and go through life. But no systems, exactly. I don't even call myself a Christian anymore. I don't call myself that. Yes, it's screwed, man. It's crazy. It doesn't matter. That's right. That's right. Just trying to live out your life, be a good person, don't hurt anybody, do what you can. If you can help, you can help. Sometimes I want to help and I can't. It is what it is. Sometimes it's just, hey, if you can help them out, help them out. What I call the creator. What they getting their behind Charles Henry, man? I don't, man. Let me look. Are they getting their ass whipped? Hold on, let me look real quick. Let me look real quick. Let me see. Oh, they about 1 point. Yeah, they about 1 point. I know I need one guy to make a touchdown, and he probably not gonna make it. Yep. One guy to make a touchdown. He ain't gonna do it. Oh man. Damn it. Come back here. It's fair. I'll take care of you. Yeah, man, I can't put my hope in the Cowboys, man. Every time I try to, when I play fantasy football all the time, I always would try to have some hope. They always let me down. It don't matter who. They always let me down, man. That's right. The labor's on you, but the harvest isn't. Exactly. Should that FanDuel throw you off? I tell you, not coming. Man, it is what it is. That's why it's called gambling, not winning. Oh, I know they're gonna lose. Where we at? Hold on. They had 23 seconds left. Shoot, I need Jamal Gibbs to score a touchdown, and I don't think he's gonna. So I think my night is over. Yeah, I think it's over. Once again. Yeah. It's fun though. It's fun. I mean, they lose. I don't care. I don't have no love for them. Like I said, they've let me down so many times. They the most chokingest team ever, man. Need to be called the Chokes. When I was young, I was on the corner with the sign asking for money for a prostitute because I was horny and pulled up in the fan and said, "Take care of me." And I said, "Okay, she did." You crazy, man. You crazy, yo. Nah, man. We get into these funny conversations. We ain't even talk about guns. Well, we did for a minute, but you know, stuff is good though. Said the labels on you. That's right. I can go for that too, Phyllis. I like that name too. Truth, I'm a Niners fan. Pretty went down. I felt it from. Yeah, man. I watched the Niners. Who was it? The Niners and the Ravens play. I think it was the Niners and the Ravens. It was a tough game for them. I don't even know who playing tomorrow. Oh man, the Cowboys are whack. Yeah, I gotta see. What did they do something? I need a comeback. I need this guy to score, man. He ain't gonna though. Yeah, it was something. But I don't know nothing about the Buccaneers mechanic. None at all. You're gonna make suppressor something you can't buy off the shelf. No tax stamp either. Really? Where'd you hear that? About the suppressors, Honcho? Where'd you hear that? Now I know that there was a thing going around a little while ago about there's some sort of tax that they wanna. There's something that I forget what it's called, and there's already when we buy guns and ammo and stuff, part of that money already goes to this fund. So they were trying to make it so that when you spend $200 specifically on your tax stamp for your suppressor, that money would go into that fund. And if they make that happen, you shouldn't have to wait more than 90 days. That'd be like part of the law. But you don't have to wait more than 90 days. I mean, if they try to that they have to get rid of NFA for that to happen. Yeah, I don't think it's coming anytime soon. It would be nice if it did, but yeah, I don't. The NFA is not going anywhere. They make money off of it. It's not going anywhere. I don't think both sides care about it. They don't care at all. Yeah, there's some sort of bullshit. It's got something to do with like parks and wildlife wildlife reserve, stuff like that. I forget what it's called. I was watching Guns and Gadgets. He was talking about it. It's some sort of fund that has to do with like preservation or something of like lands in the country. Texas got a case going. Yeah, well, because Texas is trying to make their own thing. Like if you get a suppressor that's made in the state of Texas, then you wouldn't be able to take it anywhere, but you can just walk in and buy it. It's like a Texas thing. See, so there's GOA. They make money off the NFL. All of those guys do. They all make money off it. The Cowboys won? What? Are you serious? Hold up. Gotta refresh this page. Yeah, they actually won. They won by 1 point. They won by a point. Oh well. Yeah, it's got something to do, Hunter, with the suppressors that are made in the state of Texas, because they had already passed that, but then it was challenged. Yeah, we get back to the whole states' rights, federal rights thing. I said hi. He asked, "Why are you cussing talking about the Lord?" You tell my son, because that's what I do. That's why. That's why I'm cussing and talking about the Lord. That's what I do. Tell him I love him too. So what do you guys think with USCCA? What USCCA controversy, real deal? I don't know about it. What is it? My son want to know why I'm cussing and talking about the Lord. That's funny. Yeah, what happened with the USCCA? I ain't nothing about it today. I get where you're at, but instead of your biblical knowledge, the Ruach will provide what else is needed to her. I mean, Don P. I mean, honestly, I don't. For me to say that I care a lot, I kind of don't. They dropped the member and he got sentenced. Really? So they just dropped him just cause? I gotta look into that. I didn't hear about that today. I didn't see anybody talking about it. Yeah, I didn't see anybody talking about it. Delivery driver who shot the TikToker. Oh, okay. Sat in jail for 8 months. And how to use a public defender. And USCCA said now they're helping him after. Okay. Yeah, I thought that guy got off with that. Like, I thought that he had got off with that before. I thought that he didn't. I thought he got off with it. Because I mean, he didn't have to shoot the guy. Yeah, he was some sort of prankster or whatever. He ended up getting shot. I watched that video. He didn't have to shoot the guy. Because I thought that they said that, he was in the clear. So I mean, tonight, I didn't know that before joining the live, but I know it now. There's a message for you in the comment. I mean, it's something coming on in 2024. I keep my ear to the street, so to speak. I feel the shift. I feel the shift in the change of the year. I didn't feel anything for Christmas, but I feel the shift in the change of the year. He got off for self-defense, but he was guilty of firing a gun in a mall. Oh, okay. So he got off for shooting the guy, but then they want to get him for discharging the fire. Oh man, that's some stupid shit. And the prosecutor actually tried to prosecute him over that. It's self-defense. Whoever that prosecutor was, just an asshole. Bottom line. If he had stabbed him, I guess they would have done the same thing. It's dumb. It's dumb. That wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a Republican. It wouldn't matter. USCCA wouldn't pay for his lawyer, so he had a public. I don't know why they wouldn't. That's what I mean. You can't. These people I like to hear their explanation about it, and if they'll say something, I don't know. But found guilty, discharging. Yeah, I mean that's stupid. You innocent for defending yourself, but because how you defended yourself, they're gonna try to charge you. Man, that's dumb. That shit is stupid. That's ass backwards. For real, that's ass backwards. Nah, man. Hopefully they're doing something for him now. Yeah, it is an oxymoron for real. Makes no sense. President USA did. Now they're paying for it. They should have already did. They should have already been paying for it. They never should have stopped. Should have dropped them. And he shouldn't have been in jail. They should have took care of his bail. Now I'm gonna tell you, I didn't agree with the fact that he shot the guy. I saw the video. I saw it. I thought that was some bullshit that he shot the guy. I just do. I think it was. But if they found him, they said it was self-defense or whatever they did. They did. So USCCA shouldn't have just dropped him like that. 8 months. Wow. Isn't that part of their policy though? Wasn't when we had the USCCA? Isn't that part of their policy though? Like if you found guilty of something that they don't pay, or you got to pay them the money back or something, isn't that part of their thing? If that's in the fine print, they may be wrong, but if that's what he signed, that's what he signed. If that's part of the policy. USCCA is pure garbage, and they should be ashamed of themselves for taking people's money. I mean, hey, that's the thing. Why would you have them? You gotta find because they got flashy, nice commercials, and they say this and that. You gotta read the fine print. It's like Siege did. Siege went out. She did the research to look and see and look at the policy and see, what these companies actually offer. Some stuff is on you. You gotta educate yourself. You gotta go pick and find what you think suits you, and you gotta really sort of get into the weeds and see what's actually gonna happen. It's like the NRA had their insurance. It was whack. That's why you don't even talk about it anymore. I don't even know if it still exists. It was whack. What up, Hot Tub? Happy New Year, brother. Good to see you, man. Their policy is they get access to training and lawyers, but if found guilty, the insurance. Yeah, that's. I mean, everybody ain't like that. So you got to go find out. That's the thing. When we had those guys coming on over on RGG channel, Siege was doing her research because that's what she's in that business. She's in the insurance business, so she was going in and looking at that stuff and giving us the information. So you don't go out there and get screwed. If you lose, you have to pay for that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool. You feel the way you want to feel. Regardless of what the Gentiles have done, it's over the centuries. We all have to stand before him. Yeah. True. It's the bottom line. Listen. What's going to be, what's going to be. I go through life. I try not to hurt anybody. If I do got to hurt somebody, it's because I had to. Just try to go through life and be a good person, man. Try to live by code. Attorneys or retainers is a group of actual lawyers that cover you. Really? I'll look into that. Yes. It's all, man. And when you go look at all of the plans, they all have stuff in it that you're not gonna like, that you're not gonna think is good. Just you gotta pick the one that you think is gonna cover you the best, that you think is the best one for you. That's all you can do. Because they all have stuff in it that is like, okay, this should be there. And it's funny. Like when I was first looking to buy a house. I went into this community and they had places like that. Like the upstairs was perfect, but the downstairs was trash. When you go over to the next one, it was just the opposite. Like, how come I can't have this downstairs with this upstairs and it'd be perfect? It's almost like somebody did it on purpose. That's how those plans seem to be. When you start reading through the documentation, it's like, how come this one doesn't have that? If this had this, it would be perfect. No scam group with flashy bullshit. And that's what you need. You just need somebody who know what they doing. When you call them, they going to Come and handle the business. That's what you need. Get me out of jail. Where's my lawyer? I need to talk to him. Get me out of here. It's self-defense. I didn't do anything wrong. Get me out of here. That's what you need. What time is it? It's 11:30. Ah, well, man. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. What up, Truth? What's going on? Hope everybody had so far a great weekend. I hope you continue to have one. I hear Chinese and Mexicans coming across the border. Anybody else hear that? Nah, but I saw some stuff where there was some cats that was coming across the border that were Chinese, and I'm like, all these Chinese cats coming up through Mexico, and they were like looked like they were in shape. They had military style haircuts. I seen that stuff. Yeah, our borders are it's weird, man. We need to have some sort of immigration reform in this country. It's just true. I don't want to get into that. People will start thinking, "Oh, Zach, you hate this." No, I don't even want to get into that. Right? There's an invasion. Exactly. You have to use my tool. All I'm saying is, I have to use my tool. Watch the news because it's gonna be entertaining. Yeah, because you can't even have no insurance, right, Boosie? In New York State, I don't think you can get insured, can you? Yeah, there's a lot to that hot tub. I think it is, man. There's no way you should just be able to. This is the only place you can do that. If I try to do that in other places, we try to do that sort of like a reverse. They're like, hell no. Take your ass back to where you came from. Oh, African run across the border. Yo, if I was trying to get in here and I had it feel like Mexico is the best way, they just letting people flood on through here. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I watched a documentary. Cat, I think his name is Peter Santinelli. He goes all over the country and all over the world. He does stuff, and he was in Chicago. With the whole migrant thing, moving people into the city of Chicago. They got people living in the police stations and stuff like that. And they were interviewing this one homeless black gentleman. And he was real, sympathetic, empathetic to those people or whatever. And I'm listening to him, but he's like on the same token, nobody will help him. But you got these people who come over here. He's an American citizen who lives in this country. And nobody will help him. But these people who come here who are not. And they'll give him money, they'll give him food, healthcare, you can go to all type of stuff. But they won't help the brother who's actually a citizen of this country, who's an American. It's bullshit, man. And if you say stuff like that, some kind of way you're insensitive. Fuck out of here with that. I'm not insensitive. Whatever's going on where you came from, I'm sorry. But it doesn't mean that you just get to come and run over. Yeah, Peter Santinelli, I like him. It doesn't mean you just get to come over here and you just get to run over the folk who are here just because you came from somewhere else. That's some bullshit. And Tony, I believe that too. They're trying to create a new voting block. But the funny thing is that backfires on them too. That backfires on them. Yes. Stuff over here is fucked up. I shouldn't be able to be a part of this country or be a citizen of this country and I'm all messed up, but somebody else who's not comes here and there's an issue. And there's no issue with them. Ladies saying they're shutting down schools. Yeah, I mean, I probably saw the same thing, Hunter. I've been seeing a lot. I've been paying attention to that a lot with what's going on there in Chicago. And even in New York, stuff is going crazy there too. Yeah, I know, Charles. So we got our hands in the middle of everything. We don't know how to mind our business. And the 3 little boys are watching you. You better have 3 plays before come. Damn. What up, Gorilla? What's going on, man? Salute, bro. These folks are from countries with stable economies. There are currently no civil wars in Latin America. So that's true. See how tough that's the stuff. That's the stuff that if you say it, even though it's true, some kind of way you're insensitive because you say that. When that's bullshit. I'm very when it comes to what goes on inside our borders and who comes in and out of them. My stance on that, you'll probably hear me and be like, damn, Zach, you a fucking bigot. But I don't care. The fact of the matter is that we should not be letting all these people come into our country. And that's the way I see it. Our country, my country. That's why I get upset if a person who comes from another place and they start talking shit about America, you know what I tell them? Take your ass back to where the fuck you came from. Because a lot of them benefits and stuff that you get, my people fought for. And you standing on my shoulders talking shit about this place. Take your ass back where you came from. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Now, I understand. I'm just saying that's what people will say. I don't care about that. This is mine. I don't care what goes on here. This is my country. And that's what it is. And if you don't like the shit that's going on here, what up, Devil Dog? If you don't like it, take your ass back to wherever the fuck you came from. And that's how I look at it. So don't come over here talking shit about nothing that goes on over here. If it's that bad for you, go back where you came from and build up from wherever you came from. If it's so great, back in the old country or whatever. Take your ass back to the old country and make that shit do what it do over there. Don't come over here and decide, oh, you're going to talk shit about it. You don't like it. You don't like it? Get the fuck on up and out of here. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Take that anywhere that you want. That's not me being insensitive. I'm supposed to be America first. This is where I'm from. This is where my people from. My people shed their blood. The wealth of this country was built on the backs of my folk, was built on the blood of my folk. I'm supposed to feel a certain way. Now, I'm not supposed to feel like, oh, just anybody can just come from anywhere and just do whatever. Fuck out of here. I'm not supposed to do that. Right. And it's my tax money. Our tax money paying for that shit. And I don't agree with it. So fuck out of here with that. I don't care what nobody got to say about that. I'm never going to change on that stance. Ever. Motherfuckers come over here and get shit based off of stuff that we've done. Rights that we fought for. We got our head bashed in and dog sicked on us and water hoses turned on us and all type of shit. And you got the nerve to talk shit about us? Get your ass back on the first thing smoking. Go right back where the fuck you came from. Oh, no, you're wrong for saying it. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong at all. I'm right. I'm supposed to give a damn about where I'm from and where we built. I'm supposed to. You see, I got one of their clients right there. What up, June? What's going on, bro? All right. I ain't got one, man. I need one for something I'm working on. Yeah, man. These are the touchy subjects, touchy to some. When you start talking about them, people want to get offended. I don't want you to be offended. If you're gonna appreciate where you are, you're gonna understand where you are and understand why where you are is the way that it is, and you're gonna appreciate it and not talk shit. All right, cool. And you came here the way you were supposed to. All right. But if you didn't and you're talking shit about it, even if you did come here the right way, and you're talking shit about it, yeah, I'm gonna tell you to go back where the fuck you came from. If you don't like it, how come you came here? You should have stayed where you were. Everybody want the American dream, but they want to come talk shit about it. Take your ass back where the fuck you came from. That's what I mean. Exactly. Exactly, Hot Tub. We built the wealth of this country, man. This nation is what it is today because we built that shit. I mean, you know, and here's my thing, Huncho. We could talk about that, but I'm gonna tell you something. I am a man who believes in live and let live. If you a grown man or a grown woman, and you like another grown man, and you a man, and you like another grown woman, and you a woman, that's on you. That's up to you. That is your preference, and that's what you do. So knock yourself out. That's on them. That don't bother me at all. Stay away from me. Don't try to teach my child that they just have to accept it. No, they don't. This is still America. I don't have to accept shit. I don't have to agree with you. Matter of fact, I don't have to agree with you to fight for the fact that you have the right to be what you want to be, as long as you're not hurting anybody. I think we forget that. I don't gotta agree with you, but I need to be the same way I'm gonna fight for my 2A rights. I need to be able to fight for you. If that's what you want to say, you a man and you want to call yourself a woman, that's fine. I know you ain't a woman. You're still a man. You came in this world with a dick and some balls. You a man. I don't give a fuck if you cut them off. That don't mean shit. You're still a man. You're just a man who ain't got nothing now. Now you ain't got no Johnson, no nuts, no nothing. That shit don't change. You're not a woman. Women have ovaries and they can, you know, they have uteruses and they can have babies and she can grow inside stuff like that. They, you know, they have real periods and they release eggs, shit like that. We've gone too far with this other shit. We have. You can't never tell the truth. Because you don't agree with something, that means you're some sort of phobic. I'm not phobic. I'm not scared of you. Be what you want to be. But don't try to force what you are down my throat and tell me I just have to accept it. No, the fuck I don't. I don't have to accept it, but I can still let you live and be what it is you want to be. That's how that works. The same way you got to do with me. See, I'm one of those people when we get into those different situations where people be loud and yelling and screaming, I have my right, I have my right. The same way you got your right, well, shit, I got my right too. The fuck, your right just canceled mine out? No. You do what you do, but you gonna let me do what I'm gonna do, because if not, you're gonna have a problem. That's how that should be. They're not men, they're males. I get what you're saying, man. Right. They were born males. And they're trying to tell you, oh, gender is just a concept. Fuck out of here. Gender ain't no goddamn concept. That's that bullshit they tell you because everybody just want to be whatever they want to be. If I get up tomorrow and decide I'm a 128-pound, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white dude, everyone look at me like I'm crazy. But in today's society, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be okay. No. I'm crazy if I do that. It's not normal. It's not normal. Just taking abnormal and making it normal just because people are so damn sensitive over some shit. If you want to be what you're going to be that thing. But know that there may be a consequence to doing that. It's the same way if I want to be a stone cold criminal and I just want to go rob banks and do shit and shoot up stuff and do whatever. There's a consequence for that. Some schools got little boxing. I heard about that before, Pews. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard about that. I've heard that said before. I don't know how true that is. I just know if I had a young daughter and she was in the school and she came home to me and she was like, Daddy, there's a little boy who just thinks that he believes he's a girl. They let him come into the bathroom when I'm in there, whatever. Oh, there's going to be hell getting raised. I don't give a fuck about none of this other bullshit that's going on. You were born a certain way. That's what you were. I don't care if you go get altered, you go take hormones, you do whatever. You're that thing that you were when you came in here. And if you tell people the truth about that and you say something about something that's wrong, nothing wrong with me. It's like I said, live your life the way you want to live your life. But the fact that you have the right to do that means I have the right to disagree with you and say, hey, I don't agree with what you're doing. But you're still allowed to do it. Yeah, they always want, they do. But you want to know something? They ain't never there for us. They ain't never there for us. Ever. And that's why when they try to equate the struggle of black folks in America to their struggle, that's bullshit. It ain't the same. You chose to do that. And I don't want to hear that about, oh, I was born that way. That's how you chose to do that. That's what you chose to be. And if that's what you want to do it. But the same way you have the right to do it is the same way I have the right to disagree with you and say, hey, I'm not teaching my son that person who's 6'5" with a huge Adam's apple and got size 14 shoes and look straight up like a man because he got some damn lipstick on and wearing a dress. Oh yeah, that's a woman. The fuck out of here. No, it's not. It's a man who got some clothes on that a woman will wear. Who taking hormones or doing whatever. It's not a woman. And I will not diminish a real woman by saying that person is a woman. That's bullshit. That is the ultimate misogyny for a trans person to tell a woman, oh, I'm just as much of a woman as you. That is bullshit. That's a man being misogynistic against a woman. It's the ultimate in misogyny, man. If you say something about it, you're wrong. That's bullshit. Maybe I'm a dinosaur. No, it's not bullshit. And I won't teach my son that shit either. Fuck out of here. Yep, I won't teach my son that. Under no circumstances. My son, my grandchildren, nothing. No. Complaining about choice, but nobody is harming them with their sexual preference. Right. They're not oppressed. They're right. They get sponsored by corporations. If you say anything about them, oh, it's a hate crime. It's no oppression going on. They make every damn movie, they turn it into about some sort of situation like that. You try to normalize something that I don't agree is normal. I don't think it is. But you want to know something? You got the right to be abnormal if that's what you want to do. And don't be offended because I don't agree with you. Don't be. I don't have to agree with you. You can't force me to accept you. I don't have to. You could try to, but you can't force me to accept you. But I am going to let you live the way you want to live until it starts to affect me. Then I have a problem. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do, Huncho. That's what happens. You try to normalize something that's bullshit. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody too sensitive nowadays, man. Everybody too sensitive. That's the thing. Even some folk, if this is your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. You sensitive. You got other people who don't agree with the lifestyle. Sometimes they too sensitive. My thing is, let me be me and you be you. But don't try to force me to accept something that I think isn't correct. If it's right for you, then it's right for you. You do you. You have to agree with them as long as we're not home. Exactly. They want to force you to accept what they know. I don't have to. I don't have to accept what you do. But I don't got to harm you either. That's what I'm saying. I can disagree with you and still let you do your thing. And then fight for the right for you to be able to do your thing. Because I don't want nobody to take my right away. That's the slippery slope we live on. But if you're going to be about it, be about it. Go do your thing. But you let me do mine. And I don't have to accept you. I don't have to, matter of fact, not even accept you. I don't have to accept your behavior or what it is that you do. But I'm going to let you live and be what it is you think you need to be in your life. As long as it doesn't hurt me or others. Once that happens, then it becomes a problem. Because there's the push for the whole man-boy shit, NAMBLA and all that other bullshit. Trying to normalize that bullshit. That's just going to get somebody killed. I mean, bottom line. Because you're a grown man, you thinking about you got eyes for my little boy. Yeah, I'm going to put your ass down. You do something to him. There's no question about it. None at all. It's an agenda where the state of California had a bill on the floor to decrease. Yeah. Hot tub, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But all you do is put targets on people. Because I'm not accepting that. That I will not accept. I will not accept you a grown man. Even if you're a grown woman. You deciding that you're going to abuse my child. I won't accept that. And there's no talking around that. There's no legislation around that. There's just a whole lot of smoke in the city around that. You can't do that. There's nothing you can do to normalize that at all. Because that's harmful. So nah, that stuff is bullshit, man. They can try it if they want to. So that's all good until motherfucker start getting their head blown off. That's right. It's gonna be a problem. So I can't force you to live in the real world anymore. You can force me to live in the made. Exactly. Exactly. That's a great statement, Adam. Great statement. But these are the conversations that we need to have. Because freedom is not free. And you're going to run into some hiccups from every now and again. Things are going to happen. But these are the conversations that we need to have. The founders of the LGBT movement, what the founders of the... Yeah. It's like, nah, man. I'm not with that. And then I don't... And then my thing is, something happened. I don't want to call the police. I want justice myself. Because the justice system ain't going to give me what I want. I don't think organizations like this should be protected by speech. Adults wanting to abuse children. I mean, I don't disagree with you, Mira. There's some stuff that's just, it's basically just a bridge too far, man. Now, here's the thing. You can say it, but saying it might get you punched in your face. There's a consequence to everything. It might just get your teeth knocked out. And that's what ends up happening. Adam, real niggas do. Real cats will stand up for that. I'm not trying to hear that. That's why I won't teach my son that silliness. I won't. Teach him to be respectful. That's what I teach him. But you don't have to agree just because they say you have to. Because this stuff is weird to me. He comes home and tells me, oh, well, this one identifies as this. So they said, I'm like, huh? I ain't never had to deal with no shit like that when I was in school, when I was his age. This is a whole different world to me. But I understand what I believe to be normal. And ain't no little kid just getting up and decide, no, this is just, I just know this, I feel this. You don't even you can't even pee straight. And you don't know shit. What up, Blink? What up, Walt? Yo, man, you gotta stand for something. You have to. You gotta have a code, man. I believe a man has to have a code. And you need to talk the truth about shit, not this bullshit that they want you to be a part of and think that everything is just okay. Nah, because it hurts them. Over-sexualizing our children and shit like that. Some stuff they shouldn't. This stuff that they be talking about now, man. When I was my son's age, I ain't know none of this bullshit. I ain't know nothing about it. Now this is stuff that he got to contend with, that you got to hear about. And now he's got a strong male role model in his ear, talking to him, trying to teach him how to be a man, how to be a male, how to grow up to be a young man and grow up to be a man, how to be, not just be in his form, just, be a real man. Or what my idea of a real man is. Let me say that. But every kid ain't like that. What up, Jeffrey? What kind of coat? What coat? What you mean? I'm not dealing with it. I don't deal with that pronoun shit either. I don't deal with that. Because I just want to be called that. I was watching some videos earlier. There's this dude. He does this intentionally. Yo, man, dude's Adam's apple is huge. He be having on lipstick, full dress. I mean, all this. And when he start talking, voice deeper than mine, man. I mean, voice deep sound like Barry White. So when the servers serve him, they'll call him. Well, I'm not a him. Please get your manager. I'm so offended now. But your voice is fucking deep. I mean, you got the most baritone voice in the world. Well, basic, I say. What up, Danny? You done changed his name. What up, man? Yeah, so I mean, it's weird when you watch that stuff, man. It's ridiculous. I'm not. He might have a little white dog. It's possible, but I mean, he just be having a full lipstick and everything, and then he does this on purpose. And they'll go in and they'll say sir, and they'll call him sir, and then he gets upset. Well, I'm not a sir. I'm a ma'am. You ain't no damn ma'am. You a sir. You a dude sitting there in a chair with a dress on and makeup. Right. And he makes a big giant scene over it. Yep. And the man just, yeah, oh, okay. It's bullshit. So I'm saying, be what you want to be, but don't try to force that stuff on other people. They just have to accept it. You sitting there with a voice 4-5 octaves lower than mine, talking about call me ma'am. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, ma'am. Use a sir. Because that's just what you want to be. So I have to basically, like you said, I have to live in your fake reality just to appease you. Nah, man, I live in the real world. Where if a dude got a dick and some balls, it's a dude. It ain't a woman. Yeah, man, you shouldn't be worried about getting canceled because you speak the truth. You shouldn't be worried about it. And I won't ever not tell the truth just because some group was, oh, this guy's whatever. We want to have to smoke, we're gonna have to smoke. What up, Smooth? Yeah, it is what it is, man. You don't forget that shit. Truth dies because people let it. And they let it be shifted into something that is not. That's why truth will die. I'm good, man. I'm doing good, Danny. Yep, that's why truth will die. Because you let it. Because you allow it to be turned into some bullshit. Don't let truth die. Franks and beans, exactly. What I want to know is how do you get the beans over the That's a great scene, real deal. Nah, man, you gotta stand up. There's some stuff that they consider old ways that are not old ways. It's just common sense. When you just try to take common sense out of something just because someone feels a certain way about it, you become wrong if you do that. If you allow that to happen, you're wrong. You can't let that shit happen, man. And so I'm like, sometimes I feel like a dinosaur living in this world. Good men stand by. Exactly. When good men stand by and do nothing, truth dies. It's true. And I think about it. My wife, she'll say different things. I'm like, I may be giving my son a tough road to hoe, but I will not lie to him. I will not just tell him some bullshit so he can just get along. And all you do, you have to have some sort of code. You have to be honest. You have to have some common sense. And it is not common. That is true, truth. So that this is going to be controversial, but fuck it. I love stirring the pot. If someone who identifies as something else should try to be able to own a gun. I mean, because a person tries to identify something, doesn't necessarily mean that they're crazy. I don't know what's going on with them. But you want to know something? For me to be a 2A advocate, I have to say yes. They can own a gun. I have to say yes. I have to say yeah. They didn't do anything to not. That's right. Second Amendment's for everybody. I can't be like, nah, they can't because they're a dude and they want to wear a dress. Or it could be a female who decides she want to be a dude. Because we see that happen too. What up, Country Hustle? But no, I can't. When it comes to 2A, I can't do that. Up until the 80s, it was considered. I know they changed the diagnosis. Hot Top. I'll be having those conversations with my wife because we have this conversation that I go back and forth with because I'm old school, so I still say retarded. And you're not supposed to say that anymore. But what I asked her was, I said, so now it's like, I guess, mental deficient or whatever. I said, do those things still mean the same? Does retarded still mean the same thing that it did before? So if it still means the same and it means the same thing as the other phrase, how come I can't say it? Just because someone's too sensitive about it or because it has a negative connotation? There are plenty of things that can have a negative connotation or have something you can use it negatively. There's plenty. I don't think there's no, if a person actually is mentally, has some sort of retardation and I say that they're retarded, then I don't see there's a problem. I just don't. So I say, maybe I'm a dinosaur. But it is what it is. It still means the same thing that it did before. I don't care what somebody takes and does with it. It's still, the meaning of it is still why it came about. That it's still the same thing. But they don't say that anymore. I don't care what they don't say anymore. I still say it. And when I say it, I don't mean anything by it. That's true, truth. All types of widows and gun owners. Yep, feelings have become priority. But that's another way to divide people. You can't go around living off of your emotions. Because if you do, you'll always do shit wrong. Because emotions don't make sense. Emotions aren't logical. It's the reason why you could be sitting somewhere and watching something and all of a sudden you start tearing up and don't know the fuck why. That's not logical. It doesn't make sense. That's exactly. And that's how the world feels anyway, Pews. Fuck your feelings. I tell my son that all the time. The world don't give a fuck about your feelings. They don't care. It ain't about feelings. It's about logic and results. Feelings will get you fucked up every time. How many times we done some shit, especially over a woman, some silly shit that we knew we shouldn't have done, but because we was feeling a certain way, it overrode our logic. Yeah, man. Exactly how I tell. So I tell my boy. This is what I tell him. The world don't care about your feelings, yo. He said, nah, never. Never views. Yeah, man, is it? It is what it is, yo. But in your car at my red light, and you feel like you're moving, you slam on your brakes, and you realize the car next to you feel like man, I ain't done no stupid shit for no woman, and I'm married. I mean, I'm not talking about when you're married. I'm talking about back in the day. We done all done some dumb shit. No matter how big or how small, we done all done some stupid shit. I don't do stupid shit now because of the situation that I'm in. I choose to not do stupid shit. But there was a time when I did stupid shit all the time. When I was young and dumb then. Now I'm old and a little bit wiser. What up, Maurice? Salute, bro. I ain't done no stupid shit with them. All right, man. If you got that 100%, track record, I'm gonna take you at your word. Oh, what time is it? It's midnight, man. This has been real, gentlemen. I know we had at least 2 ladies out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been real. This has been fun. I like having these conversations. They need to be had. And I'm not scared to have them. I don't care. We got to talk about this stuff, man. If we don't, like I said, if we don't talk about the truth, that shit will just die, yo. Teach my daughters not to cry. Crying don't change shit. It just prolongs results. Wow. Wow. And I mean, and as a man, I mean, I don't care if you cry. It all depends on the situation. Sometimes you get into a stressful enough situation, they'll make you cry. And you may need to level yourself out. It is what it is. That's true. Prodigy of Bull Armory. I never owned a Bull Armory 77, but I own a Prodigy, and I'm cool with it. Right? Those Bull Armories are nice. I've shot them. So, and I've never heard any bad things about them. Now, the Prodigy's had some issues. I can say that. They fixed them issues, but it had some issues at the gate. So it depends. Prodigy or Bull Armory, I say get one of each. That's what I say. Get one of each if you can. So, yo, Nation, appreciate y'all, man. I'm trying to get this last video out tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it dropped. If not, I'll drop it on the 1st. I'm going to do my favorite gun purchase of the year for last year. Because I don't like doing like stuff for the same year, like in the middle or whatever. I like doing it at the end. So like the 1st of the next year. So we'll put that out there. You'll see. It'll be nice. It's affordable. I'm going to tell you, go out there and get yourself one. I was out shooting it today. It'll be great. So, yo, I'm going to get out of here. We've been there. Appreciate y'all coming through, stopping by and listening. Chopping it up with me. That's why I try to respond to everything that goes on in the chat because we're having a conversation. You know, we'll do this again. We'll be back in January. We'll come through and we'll do something. See, maybe we won't get so deep. But we got to speak the truth, so it probably will. So, yo, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out. See, what do you think? Canex Hot Trouble? I don't know, but I hope it's a carbine, Adam. I hope it's a carbine. I got enough pistols. I hope it's a carbine. I want something different. Hot Tubs, always good to see you, my brother. Always good to see you, man. Yo, if y'all can, drop them likes. I don't even be thinking about it. I'm just having fun having a conversation with y'all, yo. If I don't see any of y'all tomorrow night, that's right, y'all should have a good night. Everybody have a happy new year. I may be through. I'm not sure. Like I said, Gina versus Gina. She's having her New Year's Eve tomorrow night. Hot Tub, if you can, you should stop through, man. That's probably going to be fun. There's going to be plenty of ladies there. You'll have a good time. So, yo, I will see y'all in the new year or tomorrow before the new year. We'll see. Just depends on how the plans go. So, yo, appreciate y'all. Everybody have a happy new year. You know, peace, family. Peace.